Hey guys, I'm back again, and today I have a really great video for those of you who are at home who still need a little or maybe more than a little help to roll, to sit up, to balance at the edge of the bed, for any of that. This video is for you. So I'm going to go over how you can get from laying totally flat on the bed to sitting up at the edge of the bed like I am now, right? And this is going to be whether you need a little or more than a little help, and I'll kind of talk you through how you can have your family or therapist or whoever's there with you help you do this. But if this is not something that you have already incorporated in your home recovery routine, I highly recommend you do so, and you will see why. Okay. All right. So what you're going to do, if this is you, if I'm you and you're laying flat on the bed, the first goal here is to just get ourselves to where we're lying on our side, right? So for the sake of this video, I'm going to move through this technique as if this is my weaker leg and this is my weaker arm, okay? So for step one, you're going to want to have that leg, that weaker leg, up with the foot flat on the mat, on the bed, right? So obviously, if this is your weaker leg, it's totally flaccid, there's no movement or just a little movement, you're going to need some help. So whoever's there with you, have them help you get your foot and knee into this position. So knee up, foot down and flat. From here, if your arm's down at the side, take your strong arm. I want you to come under your forearm, bring your hand to your belly. Then take your strong hand again, slide under your forearm and grab that elbow or cradle the elbow. And then lift and bring your arm up and across onto your body, right? You never want to grab your arm, and again, this is you taking your weaker arm. Never grab by the hand or wrist and pull, okay? That is just gonna over time apply a lot of unnecessary stress and pressure and tension on a joint that's already weakened. Always, always, always support and lift and move from the elbow. I hope that made sense. So once you're in this position, you've got the knee up. Someone's helping you hold it up if you need them to. And all you're going to do is look in the direction you want to go, have that knee start to come over, and gravity is going to do its thing. Having that knee up helps you bring the hips over, okay? From here, you got to get the feet and ankles off the edge of the bed, all right? That's the next big step. So again, obviously, if you have someone there who can help you, they can just slide your feet on off. However, I really encourage anyone who can to use different techniques to move of your own accord. So in this instance, I want you to take your strong leg, pull it back, try to work your foot under the ankle of your weaker leg, and then gently slide both feet and ankles over the edge of the bed. Be ready, because once you do this part, your strong arm is the one you're laying on. You need to get that hand and elbow under you, because watch what's happening as gravity is doing this, pulls your feet and lower legs down, you're going to push yourself up, okay? So hopefully you guys are now up. Now, once you get to this point, any number of things can happen, and that's all going to just hinge on or depend on how strong your core is or just how severe your stroke was, right? So at the very beginning stages, obviously there are going to be some of you who just getting to this position, you're going to need someone to have a gait belt on you or someone's physically helping to move you in this position. That is okay. You still need to be working and getting in this position for your core, okay? Get to this position. If someone's helping you, fine. Do what you can. If you can get here on your own, great. But from here, you want to get your feet in position. I don't know if you can see my feet. They're kind of crossed at the ankle and not really flat and stable on the floor. So my strong leg, I can get it where I need it to be. If your weaker leg is kind of off doing its own thing, you can have someone position it for you, or if you can, take your strong hand, come under the knee of the weaker leg, and try to lift and pull up little hops until you get it where you need it to be. Okay, play around with that. Not everyone may be strong enough to do that. Everyone's body type is different, but definitely give it a try. So again, you sit up, get your feet positioned, get that assistance to get yourself to the middle if you can, or if you need it, do that, because that's the goal here. We need to work on those core muscles. And then from here, we can't forget about this arm, right? A lot of people unfortunately do and just kind of let it hang out and do its own thing. And that's a big, big mistake, a big no-no. So what you're going to do now is whatever system you've come up with at home, hopefully you have, to support your arm when you're sitting somewhere unsupported, like on a couch or on the edge of the bed, you want to grab that. So what I have here is just what I've seen a lot of people do at home, but you may be doing something different. These are just soft, these are my like firm folded blankets and a pillow. And all you want to do is get it next to you. Again, my arm is here. You're going to take your strong arm, come under the forearm, cradle the under the elbow so the shoulder's supported, lift and move the arm up onto the supports. And it should be right up next to you because you want to kind of establish and get yourself in that, what I call the king or queen on a throne position. And again, regardless if you are needing someone to help hold you there or to get you there, that's okay. But this is the goal for everybody. Feet flat, sitting up centered and nice and tall with the weaker arm supported. You are going to need this arm supported, even if you have some movement in this arm. If you do not have enough movement to raise your arm to Superman height or overhead, you need to keep this arm supported, okay? I say that all the time, but there's a reason why. If you don't keep this arm supported, the shoulder and the elbow, you are at high risk for, or at risk for getting what we call subluxation. So when this arm bone starts to kind of slide out of the joint, you do not want that. So keep this arm supported. Goal again, feet flat. If you have one of these crazy high beds, get like a step stool or something that's going to get you at a good neutral height. This might be a little too high for me, but figure out what's going to work for you. If you have grip socks at home, put those on. Sneakers help too, put those on. Because if you establish a nice firm base, a solid support, everything else from there will be better. If your feet are all janky and not right, nothing else is going to be right. It's just going to travel up. If your knees are crazy, then the hips are off, and then nothing else is good. So make sure feet are flat. For your arm, get them, or not just for your arm as you work on the balance, I highly recommend having a mirror in front of you. A mirror is going to give you that immediate, like, visual feedback of where you are in space, how your shoulders position. Like for me, this might be a little low. I feel like my shoulder's a little low, right? I want it more neutral. So all I'm going to do, grab another pillow and then get my arm up here. If I have my mirror or my friend or whoever's with me, they can look and be like, oh, okay, yeah, that's better, right? So once your feet are positioned and your arm and shoulder are positioned and supported, and you've got someone there helping you hold this position if you need that, it's game on, because now there's any number of things that you can do, right? One of the single best exercises or activities you can do for your arm in this position is what we call weight bearing. And all weight bearing means is just putting weight, body weight, through a limb and joint, right? So anytime you stand, even if you're not walking, if you're standing, weight is going through the legs, the hips, the knees, the feet, the ankles, right? For the shoulder, the arm, it's a little tricky. You have to actually physically get yourself in these positions and then reach and lean and shift your weight to that side so that every time I come over, whether you're reaching for a balloon, someone's batting a balloon, or reaching to touch a ball, or whatever someone is working with you on, anytime my weight shifts this way, weight is going through this shoulder. And it's a phenomenal thing because even if you have no movement happening in this arm or just a little bit of movement, putting weight through a joint is like, we use the word input in the therapy world, but input is just like sending signals and information, like it's sending like flashers, to your nerves and the muscles, like, hey, come on, let's do something here, right? So it's not like a magic wand. So it's really gonna help those muscles and nerves that were already gonna come back. It just kind of it gives them a little jump start, right? And it's a great way to, for the muscles that maybe are firing but are a little bit weak. it really makes them, it's just this natural way, it'll trigger them to turn on, right? So again, there's a lot of different things you can do, but for the sake of this video, it's all about getting up out of this bed, working on your core, and getting yourself in a position where you're sitting, but you're sitting unsupported, right? I always say that the bed is the enemy, because when you are laying in the bed, nothing has to work. Like no muscles are working. We're just like, we're a blob. We're just laying there, right? So even if you're sitting in a recliner or positioned on a couch or even in a wheelchair, all of that is better than just laying in the bed all day. Even if you don't have the tolerance to tolerate sitting up for 4, 6, 8, 10 hours a day, that's fine. You have to start where you are. But what I'm encouraging you to do is you have to incorporate this activity, sitting up and sitting unsupported, in some fashion every day. And every day you want to sit for longer, because if you do not put yourself in these positions, these muscles, the core, the spinal and back muscles, they aren't going to have an opportunity to work, because when you're laying in bed, they aren't able to do anything. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, this is a really big deal. And if you've had a stroke that was pretty severe and it's to the point where you still need help to do a lot of just moving your body, you really want to work on this, okay? So get yourself in these positions, work on getting some weight through that arm, and just sit and work those core muscles. I really hope this made sense. I really, really hope that this helps somebody at home. I know not everyone gets to go to a top fancy inpatient rehab. Not all home health is created equal. Um, some people don't get outpatient, and even if you got some of those things, it doesn't last very long. And recovery after a stroke is not on your timetable or the doctor's timetable. It's just going to be what it's going to be. So some of you might not have recovered to the point that you wanted to at the time when your therapies were ending, the more formal therapies. So you need to take those tools and then the tools that I'm showing you. My hope is that it will fuel you to continue on your journey and not to give up, and do what you can where you are with what you have. Okay. If anyone is struggling with these types of things or want some additional modifications for what I showed you today, please leave a comment or shoot me a message, and let me know, and I will reach out and see if I can help you out. Okay. All right, y'all, I will see you next time. And like always, I hope this was helpful. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more DIY videos to help you along the way in your stroke recovery. Struggling at home? Have a question? Leave me a comment. I'm here to help.